Interface Video, in cooperation with Fairfield Federal, presents Fairfield Today. Brought to you by Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan, Fairfield Medical Center, Fair Hope Hospice and Palliative Care, the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, Fairfield County Adam H., Dagger Law, and the Fairfield County Board of Developmental Disabilities.
Hello friends, and welcome to Fairfield Today. Paul Jasson with you. Thanks for joining us. And as we begin our taping session down here at Fairfield Federal, it's a beautiful day in Lancaster and Fairfield County as we move into this fall time of the year. And here we are, September, school back in session, all these things going on, and all the festivals and fun things that are going on in Lancaster and Fairfield County, pretty much full go now. Everybody's back. And one of those events we like to talk about each year is the Great Historical Aircraft Squadron out at the Fairfield County Airport, one of the, again, kind of great places in Lancaster and Fairfield County that we're so fortunate to have our own airport right here. It does so many things and involves the community in so many ways. And one of them is coming up. They have this wonderful dance each year, the Historical Aircraft Squadron. It's a fun event. It's going to be Saturday, September 30th. From 7 to 10 p.m. The guy to talk about it is Kip Kelsey. Kip, welcome.
Thank you, Paul.
Glad to have you here. Well, it's good to have you here. This is a big deal for you guys to put this on.
Paul, it is. You know, we have an old saying at our hangar that the airport in general and our hangar specifically is the best kept secret in Lancaster, and we're trying to eradicate that.
Yeah.
But anyway, it is our big fundraiser, and we're a 501c3 charitable organization, so we keep our doors open by contributions.
Sure.
And this is our big one.
So this is a dress up kind of World War II kind of feel to it.
This is a lot of fun. It's USO was a predecessor to Bob Hope.
Right.
And during World War II, they used to clean out a hangar and put on a dance for the servicemen. They would bring in the local girls, and they would have a good time, and it would kind of relieve them of the stress and angst of the war for at least a night. So it's kind of a duplication of that. So we take our hangar and take out most of the airplanes, and everybody comes in with a World War II theme, and we encourage people to dress up in period, not just military, but period-style dress. And we have actually a contest for the best woman and the best man dressed in that garb.
Got a band there?
Oh, yeah. It's called Z Sharp Band.
Okay.
And it's a 15-piece swing band.
Nice. Perfect.
And so the Glenn Miller, that kind of genre is what they play. And they've been doing it for a lot of years. And the musicians are all from various orchestras, so they put them together. It's really quite
the greatest
effective.
hits of.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Well, I remember the USO. My service days are long gone now, many years ago, but pre-Bob Hope. But that was the USO. I remember them coming to our outfit, and that was a big deal. That was what really gave you some contact with the States back
Yeah,
in
it brought
the
a little
real
bit of
world.
home back to you when you're overseas. It helps the morale.
Sure. So now, again, charity, this is a big fundraiser for you, obviously. What do you do with that money?
Well, we keep the doors open. Mm-hmm. We pay the bills. And
you have your own hangar out at Fairfield County Airport. Okay.
Yes.
Historical Aircraft Squadron hangar.
It's a big hangar.
Yeah.
Right now we house probably 4 or 5 different vehicles and about another 3 or 4 airplanes or more. And then we have, of course, the museum. We have different items in showcases to exhibit.
Okay.
And we're open Wednesdays and Saturdays for people to come in. There's no admission fees.
Sure.
You just come on in and look at what we have.
Well, it's great to see that. I mean, the things you guys have restored and done out there, it's obviously a labor of love.
Yeah, well, Paul, it's more than that. We are our way of trying to give back. We try to restore, retain, and display the items that servicemen back in World War II and Korea in particular used to work with and fly and drive. And we're trying to keep that alive in people's minds as the people actually flew these and actually drove these and participated with this kind of equipment. We don't want that to die out in people's minds.
And I think I talked a little bit. You kind of hit it on the head about a best kept secret. We're fortunate in a town every small town is fortunate to have an airport, and that's ours. Ours go back, many, many years, probably the 30s and 40s at least back into then. It used to be the Anchor Hockey Airport, now the Fairfield County Airport.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
we're very fortunate to have a place like that, and for you guys to be hooked up with them, that's just a great marriage.
Oh, it's a good facility. Kudos to Lancaster and Fairfield County. It's a beautiful airport. They keep it well maintained. It's something that you folks should be proud of.
So September 30th, 7 to 10 p.m., the Z Sharp Big Band. Cost to get into this?
It's $25, either cash at the door or credit card.
Okay.
And I think there's a way to do it in advance.
Online?
Online.
Okay.
And then there's for those people that may not feel comfortable dancing between 6:30 and 7, we give a dance lesson for that type of dance. So if you want to come out, you feel a little awkward, come out, take the lesson, and then, I can't dance a lick, but if I can get out there and shake around a little bit, anybody can do it, trust me.
So don't let that scare you out.
Oh gosh, no.
Scare
We
you off from
encourage
coming.
not only the period dress, but we really emphasize the dancing.
Now, didn't you folks just a couple of weeks ago have a big, what was it called, a fly-in?
So it's our open house fly-in, meaning that
okay.
we open up our doors for people to come
Good
and
PR
see.
moment.
Exactly. And that went over very, very well.
And you guys had, the Old Car Club out there?
We did.
Which
and
is perfect for you.
kudos to your local car club, because they came in mass, and that was very well received by the people. And we had some antique tractors from the local antique tractor club. They showed up, and it was just a good combination of airplanes, cars, tractors, and people.
Sure. So when you have these events, you had that event, now you have this one coming up at the end of the month, September 30th. Is there some kind of growth you want to do, things you would hope you can do in the future?
Well, certainly we've already outgrown our hangar.
Yeah.
And we turn down projects, people that have old World War II.
Can't.
And we just can't restore them and maintain them, and let alone exhibit them. So we'd love to have another hangar built on. But that's way beyond our means.
Sure.
We're just trying to keep our doors open. We're trying to keep what we have all working. This dance is probably, as I say, our premier event for the year. Besides, the prize for the best dressed man and woman in period, we have a thing called a 50-50 raffle.
Sure.
And what we do is I sell tickets, one ticket for $1 or an arm's length for $5.
You have long arms.
Actually, one time there was a guy, and I was getting a little giddy halfway through the evening, and I said, well, I'll tell you what, I'll give you a leg length. This guy stood up, Paul, and he had to be 7'1". And
You
I
picked
took
the
out
wrong
a whole
guy.
roll. and we had a lot of fun. It's just fun. And the thing that we're seeing that encourages me the most is that we're starting to see a lot more young people, not just oldies like me, but people, even in their 20s and 30s are starting to come up and having a good time. Because I guess the whole swing dance is coming back. So we're happy to see the youngsters come. And I say youngsters, anything under 50 is young for me. But that adds a nice touch and a blend to what we do.
Kip Kelsey's with us, the Historical Aircraft Squadron out there at the airport, September 30th, 7 to 10 p.m., kind of a big band swing event out there. You get to see the beautiful, a good PR thing. You walk in, you kind of see what's going on there. But they also have this big dance going on there, too. When you talk about your group, the Historic Aircraft Squadron, how many members are you currently having?
Oh, we probably have 75, 80 members, Paul,
Okay.
but active members
Sure.
probably about 20 to 25. Of that, we typically see 15 on any given day.
So with them, it's just, it's a cause for them. They just love to keep this alive.
Most of them are military,
Sure.
Retirees, some are pilots, some are mechanics, some in other branches, but they just love to be associated with the military and the theme of what we present to the public. So they all volunteer to keep it going. Some tinker with the toys, as we call them, the airplanes.
I was going to say, and I kind of remember that, don't they, you said a couple days a week you're open, you have tours to see what's going on, but your guys probably come out there and they just kind of fiddle around and work on things and fix things in the downtime.
Yeah, yeah. They just love it. It's something to do. Gets them out of the house.
Any projects you got coming up here?
Oh, we always have projects. We're just finishing up, it's a Taylor craft, and it was used in World War II as a spotter plane, a forward air controller, if you will. Because of the configuration of the seats, now I won't take up the time to get into that, but it's in English colors. In other words, it's not the stars and bars, it's the English colors because of the way that's configured. But we're just finishing that up. In fact, I'm going to try to finish up the test flying on it maybe this Saturday.
Nice.
I'm a pilot.
Sure.
So I'm in that genre of our group.
I would say most of the guys probably involved with your club, they probably have some of that experience.
Yes, I have a little bit more, quite frankly, than some of the others. So I've been doing a lot of the test flying. And fortunately, I have just as many takeoffs as I do landings. I always like that to work out.
My buddies that fly always said, if I said, what's a good landing? He says, anyone you walk away from.
And then add on to that, anything that you can salvage the pieces is a good landing.
Good landing, very good. So it's coming up on September 30th, 7 to 10 p.m. You can go early, a litlittle dance lesson, kind of get involved in 6:30, get in there. You can get tickets at the door.
Yep.
Okay.
And we have a very nice spread of hors d'oeuvres.
Okay.
And I'm not talking pretzels and
heavy hors d'oeuvres.
Yes, heavy hors d'oeuvres, and then you can get water and any kind of setup for your BYOB.
Sure, I got you.
Because you can bring your own booze.
Yep.
Usually it takes me a little bit of that to get myself out dancing, but whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes.
Exactly.
That's it. So it's September 30th, Historic Air Squadron, and I think anybody wants any more information, I think you got a name and number you want to share with us?
I do, Paul, thanks. Anybody that either through our brochures or as a result of this have more information, please call Don Bell, B-E-L-L. His number is 614-866-7715, and if I can repeat that, 614-866-7715, Don Bell.
So if anything you've talked about, you've mentioned that kind of highlights anybody, they can call that and get more information, or if anybody's just even interested in what your club does and how you're involved, you'd be great in talking to them.
Exactly. And if you can't make the dance, just come out some Wednesdays and Saturdays and see what we are, see what we do, and just enjoy what we've got. We've got a lot of memorabilia that I think a lot of people would be surprised that a little mom and pop organization like ours actually has on the roof.
It's a great place out there at their squadron out there. So September 30th, best of luck on that. Kip, thanks for joining us. Sure.
Appreciate your time.
Appreciate you. Thank you. We'll be back in just a moment.
Fairfield Federal. When it comes to our customers and our community, we go above and beyond to help. Our people make the difference. Personal or business banking, whatever you need, we take it seriously because we know you do. Stop by today at any of our 3 locations and see why the difference is clear. Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan specializes in banking that revolves around you.
Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
The staff that have been here know what it takes. They've been on the other side. They see what it takes to make someone comfortable, to make the family comfortable, and really what kind of support they need. And so I think that's what really makes Fairhope what it is.
Dagger Law has more than 110 years of experience in nearly every aspect of the law. When we're not just helping clients, we're helping the community. You'll see us at festivals, sporting events, and around town because we live and work here too. We are your neighbors, and we want to help you when you need it. When we help each other, we're stronger. Our community is stronger. Creating a strong, vibrant, healthy, and safe community is everyone's responsibility, and we take the responsibility seriously. We are local, we are trusted, we are experienced.
My name is Allie. I just became 14 years sober at the end of last month. Through the support of my family and friends, I got the courage to ask for help. And through treatment services and the recovery community, I was able to start my recovery journey. Now I get to work as a peer supporter and an addiction treatment navigator where I get to help the next sick and suffering. If you don't have family and friends that can support you right now, you can find those supports through treatment providers, the recovery community, and peer supporters like me. Every life matters, and your recovery is worth it.
This message is brought to you by the Fairfield County Adam H. Board.
The Frankie Smith Funeral Home and Crematory in Lancaster and the Johnson Smith Funeral Home in Baltimore have a long and wonderful history of serving our community. Feel free to give us a call at 740-653-0652. Stop in and see us at either of our two locations, 405 North Columbus Street in Lancaster and 207 South Main Street in Baltimore. Respect for tradition, regard for change.
One of the great organizations we like to talk about here a couple times a year is the Salvation Army, and we have so many good nonprofits, 501c3 organizations in this town that do just so much good for certainly around the world in many cases, but certainly here in Lancaster and Fairfield County. And one of them I always like to highlight, and again there are several that are really in the team photo of great organizations, is Salvation Army. And with us today is Kelley Bauman. Kelley, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks
You're
for having
the director of the Salvation Army Samaritan Center over there.
I am.
And you have a big job. You guys are busy.
We are. But we love what we do, and we love the people that we serve.
And I think that comes through when you're down there. You can tell these people really enjoy their time there. How many folks, as a rule, on a day?
Well, currently we are at 18, serving 18.
Okay.
Our capacity is actually 30 in the current room.
Okay.
But it's a matter of balancing the staffing to care for the participants and the participants to cover the staff.
Now, is staffing an issue? Do you have enough people?
We could use more. We definitely would like to come back to where we were pre-COVID.
So they're hiring?
We are hiring.
We're hiring?
Yeah, we're hiring
Okay.
for an activity assistant.
Okay.
So we're looking for somebody who likes to have fun, who likes to interact with our participants, from playing activities with them, doing bingo, but then also helping them with their needs.
So the folks that you come down there, these are people that don't pay anything to come down there. They have family members that bring them down there.
We have both. We have people who their loved ones will bring them, but then we also have transportation, where we're going to pick them up in the community, bringing them back for the day, and then taking them home. And then we have a variety of funding sources that help us
I wonder
make it
about
affordable.
that because Salvation Army, does a lot of different funding things. How does yours work?
So we are our partner with United Way.
Sure.
And we also are community-based Medicaid programs, Passport, Ohio Home Care Waiver, Department of Developmental Disabilities. So there is funding out there. We also partner with the Area Agency on Aging for some Older American Act dollars and Alzheimer respite dollars. So we really try to connect people to a source. Now, we also have private pay folks. So if you can afford it, we're going to ask you to cover that. But we use a sliding scale, so based on the participant's ability to pay, not necessarily the family or the household.
So what are the hours down there that folks are engaged?
We are open from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Okay.
And again, so as people come in, we have some toast and coffee, kind of a social hour.
Sure.
What did you do last night? What did you do last night? Then we have some just activities. So we do something to challenge the body every day and something to challenge the mind, whether that's chair yoga or chair volleyball or word games. We play our own Wheel of Fortune, our own Jeopardy. And then we have luncheon meal provided through Meals on Wheels. And then we have more activities. And then we go home.
Really, it's an opportunity for families to get perhaps a family member out and not just be at home, get them out and engaged in something else. That's what you try to do.
That's what, it's important for socialization. And we found that isolation is just, it's hard. And it really impacts folks. So if we can get them out into the community and integrated into our program, it really does make a difference.
And you've got a big week coming up here.
We do. We're excited to be a part of the National Adult Day Service celebration.
Now, that's not only Salvation Army.
No,
that's
that is
everybody that sort of does what you do.
Correct. It is it's a nationwide celebration. So in 1983, President Reagan recognized the value of adult day programs and the importance of what we do in decreasing isolation, supporting families in their care, and giving people purpose. And so he recognized that, and then from there forward, 40 years later, we're still celebrating National Adult Day Service Week, the third week of September.
And I guess it's your job then is, and the Salvation Army job, just to highlight all the cool things you do.
Mm-hmm. We do. And so that week we have Spirit Week, for lack of a better word. And we talked to our participants about this and asked, do you feel like that's too childlike? And they said, absolutely not. We are all kids at heart, and we are looking forward to these activities. And one of the activities, Monday, we're doing decades, celebrating the decades, because we do serve a number of decades. We have people in their 40s, their 50s, their 60s. I mean, we have folks in their 90s. So every decade is represented. So we want to highlight those and celebrate those. So we'll have some sing-along, some dancing. The next day we're going to have favorite sports team. And every week, lo and behold, we'll have somebody yell OH with the echo of IO. So we definitely care about our sports at the center. Wednesday is pajama day, which we have warned them they have to wear appropriate pajamas.
I'm glad you said that.
But so then our activities that day will tie into that. We have yoga, chair yoga coming in. Angie Gallus provides some volunteering, provides some chair yoga for us. So that day we're going to relax. We're going to talk about the importance of sleep. We're also going to make a dream catcher as a craft.
Nice.
So do
you do crafts down there?
We do. It's not all that we do, and bingo's not all that we do, but those are important pieces to what we do. And then the last day is Disney Day. So I don't know, Major Brian and Major Laura love Disney. It's kind of a side note, but so again, we're going to celebrate with Disney, and there may or may not be a replication of the original Mickey Mouse Club.
Nice. Is there any chance we'll get to see Major Laura and Major Brian dressed up in some kind of outfit other than their very fine Major Salvation Army outfit?
Probably not. They're pretty conservative. Maybe we can get them into our talent show. So that afternoon, we have started this annual talent show requested by our participants, and they're already working on their talents for this year. In the past, we've had Elvis impersonators. We've had people read their poetry, sing and such. So it's a great opportunity for our participants to share their gifts and talents.
It sounds like really there's no limit to what you like to do down there. Just do you talk to the folks about what they'd like to do, or do you pretty much have your own schedule of events?
We actually ask them.
Okay.
Part of the admission process is asking, what do you like to do? What do you not like to do? And we feel like our activities are kind of like Ohio's weather. Hang on, it's going to change. If you don't like what we're doing in the morning, it will be different in the afternoon. So we have, a variety. And part of that is, again, asking what they want to do. And then we meet on a regular basis. What worked? What didn't work? Did you like that activity? Do you want to do more of that? And we also try to gauge it on their ability. So we may have a game of cards going on. There might be a euchre game at one table, but at another table we might just be playing highest number. So it really depends on their ability, their memory, and we person center our programming.
So you have room for more people, but perhaps that's dependent upon staffing. And again, let's bring it up again. Let's mention that you're hiring.
We are hiring. And we also need volunteers. It's really helpful to have that extra set of eyes and ears. That helps the quality of our program. Mm-hmm. So somebody in the morning to help us greet and welcome our people. Somebody at lunchtime to encourage them to eat a nutritious meal, and somebody in the afternoon to help us clean up or to round out the activities for the day. So that need is there as well, volunteers. But we also are looking for an activity assistant who can be a part of our quality team.
How would they contact if somebody would be interested in that?
They should just call me at the Samaritan Center, 740-687-1921. We also have our website, fcohio.salvationarmy.org. So those are two opportunities to reach us.
And it's a great website. I mean, you have lots of stuff on there. Certainly, they talk about the things that you do, but there's also the food pantry and the teens. You have a big teen following down there with Laura and Brian doing that. But just do good work down there. I've always been impressed with it's not a very big place. Your building, in terms, you got this chapel right there, but in terms of the actual workspace there, it's not that big. But you guys really knock it out.
We try to be good stewards with the space that we have.
So the week coming up is called what now again?
National Adult Day Service Week.
Okay, and that just highlights what you do,
What we do.
And certainly all places around the country that do this. Everybody be involved in this, and been going on for 40 plus years.
Yes.
Nice.
So the Samaritan Center opened in April of 1984, so just a few months after the proclamation. So we also had the vision and the sight that we want to serve our community. We're often a stepping stone for folks trying to keep their loved ones at home and in the community.
Sure.
So we're providing that respite and that support to our families, and then a sense of purpose and a reason to have to get out of bed for some of our participants.
Sure. Well, it's the Salvation Army Samaritan Center. You do good work down there.
Thank you.
I've always been down there involved, and I've seen the things you do down there. And these people, they just love it.
They do.
They have a great time, and I guess that's just. I think that speaks volumes for what you're trying to do. If they're enjoying themselves, then it's a good thing.
Yeah, and it supports the families.
Sure.
And our participants know the schedule. They know if we're playing bingo, and they know when we're not. And if we could offer bingo every day, they would let us. They would like that. But there's more than bingo than what we do.
Yeah, and you do that down
We
there.
do.
So and you can find all that out on your website. They got a lot of information on the website down there. And again, can you remember it one more time?
fcohio.salvationarmy.org.
It's hard to get to.
And we also have a Facebook page. The Salvation Army Samaritan Center has a Facebook page, and a lot of our activities are on there, and we show our busyness and the fun that we have.
Well, the director of the Samaritan Center there, Kelley Bauman, with us. Kelley, thank you, and good luck, and have a big week. It's going to be a big one.
Looking
Get ready.
forward to it. Yeah,
okay,
it'll be fun.
I'm sure you are. Thanks for joining us on Fairfield Today.
Interface Video, in cooperation with Fairfield Federal, presents Fairfield Today. Brought to you by Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan, Fairfield Medical Center, Fair Hope Hospice and Palliative Care, the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, Fairfield County Adam H., Dagger Law, and the Fairfield County Board of Developmental Disabilities.